You know, early One Piece felt like a fever dream. You know what I'm talking about? It seemed like the crew was just all about having fun. It was just a wacky, happy-go-lucky adventure. I'm pretty sure there was one episode where Luffy met a dragon or something. I don't know. The early One Piece was a really weird time. I actually really want to know, like, what was the dragon doing there? Was it like, I vaguely remember it being like an old dragon. Anyway, the point is, early One Piece is weird. And going down that line of thought, I thought about something that I was very positive I made up, and that was this guy called Gaimon, the guy trapped in the chest. But before we get into that, I just have to ask, do you hate grocery shopping as much as I do? Like, just really hate it. Like, is it the bane of your existence like it is mine? Because if so, then I am pleased to introduce you to Factor, which is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service. And with Factor, you can enjoy fresh, never frozen meals delivered right to your door. Like, seriously, imagine a world where you can cut out all of the grocery shopping and even the driving. Oh my God, the driving sometimes is just the worst part of it all. But no, you just wake up and choose from over 35 weekly flavored packed meals to be sent straight to your door. And I gotta say, Factor has been helping me tremendously while I've been editing recently. Instead of going through the initial panic of realizing that I hadn't eaten that day because I've been working so hard, and then having to decide between eating out and going grocery shopping, it has been such a miracle realizing that I have Factor just waiting for me in my fridge. Like, no kidding, Factor probably saved my life when I was editing the last couple videos for this channel. Because the best part about all this is, Factor's ready to go in as soon as 2 minutes. Like, as soon as it got here, I literally just unpacked the boxes, chose which one I wanted to try, stabbed through the plastic film to create a nice little vent, stabbed it a couple more times because I'm a child, stuck it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and when it was done, I was ready to enjoy. And it was delicious! So much of my stress has been removed knowing that I have these food trays from the heavens ready to eat in as soon as 2 minutes. I mean, that's incredible. Like, seriously, the quality of food blew me away, and all of the food and drink options that they have support a healthy lifestyle as well. So you literally get to eat gourmet foods, and they're healthy for you. It was delicious! Like, I don't know what I expected Factor to taste like, but the fact is, these food trays that they sent me may have been the best food trays that I have ever had in my entire life. So please, if Factor sounds as interesting and delicious as it did to me when I first learned about it, then please head over to factor75.com or click the link in the description and use code Mugiwara50 to get 50% off your first box. A very special thank you to Factor for sponsoring this video, and an equally special thank you to you for watching this video. And with that, we are back to the show. I don't know if I thought this was filler or if it was even an actual episode, but I had to go back and watch it, and this guy's story is just hilarious. And it's even more hilarious if you look at things through the perspective of Gaimon, okay? So just walk with me, all right? You are Gaimon. 20 years ago, your pirate crew came across an island. Now, this island was said to have treasure on it, so everybody's just looking for it in a mad dash. They don't find anything, though, but you get the idea that maybe the treasure that you're looking for is on top of this large cliff on the island. So while the rest of your crew is walking back to their ship preparing to leave, you decide to check out the cliff that you think might contain the treasure. When you climb up there, you see that there are in fact treasures upon that cliff. Suddenly and tragically though, one of the rocks that you're climbing on breaks and then you fall right back down to the ground. Luckily, however, there is an empty treasure chest waiting to break your fall. And this is when something just truly ridiculous happens. You land ass first into the treasure chest, and the collision from the fall knocks you out, so when you come to, you discover that your crew is leaving the island. So now you're stuck on this island and you're stuck inside the treasure chest. Now, you're stuck inside the treasure chest, but what's hilarious is I don't think you try that hard to get out of it. I really don't. I don't believe that Gaimon tried that hard to get out of the treasure chest. I mean, put yourself in his shoes. You wake up and you're stuck inside the treasure chest and you try to get out, right? Okay. But when you watch that episode, he tries for like maybe a couple seconds and then he's just like, well, guess I live in here now. And I'm like, dude, no, try harder. Like, he resigns himself to that fate, like, immediately. And I'm like, you could, like, I don't know, throw yourself off of, like, a semi-high place. You know, not high enough that I would actually get too hurt, but high enough that the box would break. I'd roll around a little bit. I'd try stretching my legs a little bit more. I don't know, but the treasure chest is made out of wood. You're a person. But no, okay, you're stuck inside the treasure chest. For 20 more years, by the way. Okay, so for 20 years, you are just inside of the treasure chest. Assumedly showering if you shower at all. Oh God, the treasure chest probably smells awful. You probably smell terrible. You've been in it for 20 years. You're just peeing and pooping inside that treasure chest and it's just, oh my God. So yeah, you're stranded on this island and you're stuck inside a treasure chest, and the only company that you have now are a bunch of weird animals, like a bunny snake and a pig lion. Now granted, those sound pretty cool. If I could have a bunny snake as a pet, yeah, I'd do it. I have no idea what they would eat, but you know, it would be hilarious to find out. But yeah, every animal on the island is weird like that. But like I said, they're your only company and you guys become fast friends. So for 20 years, it's just you and all these weird animals until eventually a crackhead and his band of misfits visit the island as well. Now you're used to pirates, okay? They show up and they're looking for treasure and they're trying to, I guess, poach the weird animals. I don't know. You just know that pirates are trouble. So you see these pirates and you think, all right, I'm going to do my normal thing. I'm going to pretend to be the island's protector or god or whatever. And once they see all the animals too, they should be scared off. But these freaks aren't scared at all. In fact, one of them just goes to sleep immediately in the middle of the jungle, surrounded by all of these, admittedly, pretty scary looking animals. Some of them are cute looking, but some of them just look freaky. So it's like, it's just, at the very least, they should have more questions, but they don't care. None of them care. So you decide to fire a shot from your pistol at one of them. And that's when, as soon as the bullet hits him, it bounces back at you. So you're like, what's going on? Apparently the crackhead is made out of rubber. He tells you immediately he ate the rubber fruit and he's gonna be king of the pirates. You're like, I did not ask that. I didn't even ask who you were. I just don't know. Get off my island is what I'm trying to say. Leave. But the crackhead's not having that. He catches up with you and then they discover that you are in fact just a person stuck inside a treasure chest. You're not God at all. Crackhead does beat you up a little bit, but eventually you guys hit it off. You realize, you know what, this guy's all right. You tell him about your situation and immediately the crackhead and his friend, they start trying to pull you out of the treasure chest. And this is, again, I have to pause because they could get you out of the treasure chest, dude. I mean, it's like, at this point, you're just like Stoop Kid from Hey Arnold. And so they start making fun of you. Box Kid's afraid to leave his box. Because the crackhead and his friend are trying to get you out of that box and you're just stopping them. Like, it's too late for me, don't even try it. At this point, my body has fused with the treasure chest, so if you break it, you'll probably end up destroying me as well. And Cap, okay, Cap, because even let's say that that's possible. In 20 years, you formed a symbiotic relationship with this treasure chest. So destroying it means that you'll probably die too. Let's say that that is actually what happened. What were you doing for the 20 years that you were an actual person just stuck inside the box? You had to have tried a little bit harder to get out, right? No, as soon as Gaimon is inside the treasure chest, he's just like, well, guess I'm a box person now. But whatever, you know, eventually the crackhead relents. He's just like, all right, well, fine. You don't want to get out of the box, whatever. So, but maybe we can help you out some other way. We can't just leave you here. It's incredibly depressing. But what's your dream, box guy? And so you explain that the only reason you're here is because you got stranded when you were looking for the treasure and you ended up finding it. You know it's on that cliff, but you can't get up there because now you're just a box guy. So despite your earlier disagreement, the lunatics agree to help you. They say they're gonna climb that cliff and they're gonna grab the treasure for you and you can have all of it, which sets your heart on fire. You know, you're just like, wow, after all of this time, I'm finally gonna get the treasure that I've waited for. So the crackhead climbs the cliff on his own and he tells you that the treasure chests are indeed still up there. So you're like, that is great, thank you so much, you guys have been a godsend. Go ahead and throw those treasure chests down. And the crackhead's just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And even his crew is like, what do you mean, dude? Come on, this guy's been stuck on this island for 20 years. He thinks he's half box at this point. He's clearly not of sound mind. Just give him the treasure. He's earned it at this point. But you as Gaimon, you slowly start to realize what the crackhead is doing. You see, you kind of had this sneaking suspicion that the boxes were empty all along. You see, pirates must have came there a long time ago and looted those boxes, and now they were just empty treasure chests on top of the cliff. It could have even been your own crew while they were there. They probably could have found something and just kept it for themselves and didn't tell anybody and just left the empty treasure chest up on that cliff. Which is heartbreaking for you because that means that the entire time you've been there, it has been absolutely for nothing. Like even the mistake that caused you to be part box, that did not need to happen. So it's heartbreaking, and the crackhead was trying to spare you that. I don't know what he was going to say or do with the treasure chest because it's not. Is it better for him to just say, I'm taking the treasure, and then you think that there was treasure up there and a crackhead and his friends just stole it from you? I don't know where he was going with that, is what I'm trying to say, but he was trying to protect you somehow, I guess. But to be honest, the crackhead is a good guy. He explains that, yeah, you know, these treasure chests are empty, but you know, you still got the rest of your life ahead of you. If you don't want to come out of the box, that's fine. You look ridiculous. But the good news for you is, I'm a wacky kind of guy. You should join my crew and we'll sail the world. Me and you, box guy, against the world. And just him offering to take you on his crew, that makes you feel really good. You start crying a little bit and it makes you realize, you know what? Yeah, the last last 20 years I've been on this island, but it wasn't for nothing. I didn't waste it. I've got the bunny snake and the pig lion and all the other weird animals on here. They are my family now. They've been with me all this time, and you know, my adventure is just beginning. Unfortunately, because I have all of these animals, I can't go with you, crackhead. You look like a lunatic. Which honestly, it doesn't take a genius to know that Luffy's a lunatic. He wants to sail the Grand Line and bring you aboard. You're just a guy in a box. Like, there's absolutely nothing you could do to contribute to the crew, but that's what makes the offer that much more sweet. But like I said earlier, you're too scared to leave your box, and you don't want to leave your animals behind. That, combined with the obvious dangers of sailing with a crackhead in the Grand Line, no, you're gonna stay behind. You're gonna start a new adventure, but that adventure is for you to decide, and you know that your place isn't among these lunatics, but you know they're gonna go far, so you wish them luck. They sail away, and you even say to yourself, you know what? If anybody is gonna find the One Piece and become king of the pirates, it's gonna be that guy. It's gonna be Captain Crackhead. And just like that, Gaimon became one of the first stands for the Straw Hats. And I gotta say, it was nice getting caught up with this. I'm definitely gonna look for more stories in early One Piece because, you know, it's just a wacky time. It was before hockey. It was before we knew how serious the One Piece world was, and I missed that. I missed that a lot. And it's just funny now because post-time skip is just all we gotta fight a warlord, we gotta save people, we gotta fight Kaido for 87 episodes on his roof. Things are just really serious post-time skip. But don't get me wrong, Luffy still isn't taking anything seriously, but it's just really hard to ignore the state of the world post-time skip. It's just where we are now in the story. Things are gonna get crazier and crazier as we head to the final saga, and part of me longs for the days where the Straw Hats could just pull up to an island, meet a guy in a box, and just goof around for 30 minutes before they go on to the next island. And so for that reason alone, I appreciate Gaimon. I still think he could have gotten out of the box, but whatever. That about does it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being interested, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.